What's up guys? Welcome to AnimeKouhai. If you'd like to help me out, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
More. I need more. I'll get stronger and stronger until I win.
Any lingering inferiority complex against Xianhua vanished as his thirst for victory surged. His Yohma side granted him extra power, a sign that complete assimilation was close. The desires of both his human and Yohma sides merged, and Lee aimed to make them his own, erasing the boundaries in his mind. This, he believed, would let him overcome Xianhua. Then, in a sudden twist, Pulsanella materialized before Xianhua, still locked in combat with Lee. His hand pierced straight into her back. It all happened in the blink of an eye. A guttural cry escaped her lips, and crimson blood sprayed, staining the ground beneath her. Pushing her body to the utmost limits and delving into the realm of enlightened half-spiritual lifeforms, she managed to evade instant death. Yet, Pulsanella held her heart in his grip, literally extracting it from her chest. Her demise loomed, and Pulsanella relished the anticipation. With ravenous delight, he consumed Xianhua's heart, unlocking his unique ability.
So delectable! Now, my powers will soar to unprecedented heights!
He was spot on. A surge of power surged through his entire being. Among the onlookers, none were more furious than Li Jinlong, his unwilling accomplice. Li's human essence boiled within him, ignoring the power imbalance between himself and the Yohma entity.
You! Not only did you disrupt our duel, what have you done to the woman I admired? The strongest earn their status through fair and honorable combat!
He launched a powerful roundhouse kick at Pulsanella. In vain. Pulsanella effortlessly raised his right arm to block the attack.
You feeble weakling! Those who defy me have no place here. I shall feast on your essence as well.
Since he hadn't fully drained Xianhua's power, consuming Li would yield only a few additional drops. However, with a sadistic grin, Pulsanella brutally severed Li's leg.
Gah!
While Yohma lacked pain receptors, the human aspect of Li's consciousness was potent enough to experience phantom agony from the severed limb. Pulsanella couldn't help but chuckle.
How utterly foolish! You failed to master your Yohma abilities. You have no comprehension of what it means to transcend humanity, you imbecile.
If Li had a better understanding of Yohma characteristics, he could have harnessed that power more effectively, potentially giving him a chance against Xianhua. Pulsanella found the irony amusing but also pondered how to educate his clergy members on this matter. If they remained staunchly Yohma, all would be well, but any resurgence of their human nature could pose a threat. Such a shift had its advantages and disadvantages. It would make his staff more compliant with his demands, yet it also created the potential for betrayal in the future. Despite the strict Yohma hierarchies, unchecked greed and desire had the potential to prioritize self-interest. Pulsanella, in his own case, was living proof of that, and he was well aware of its undeniable truth. Could Li Jinlong serve as a cautionary tale on what not to do to get stronger?
If that's the case, it might worsen the risk of betrayal. Perhaps sticking with the status quo until I establish a system that completely eradicates such behavior is the better move.
At this point, Pulsanella was already carrying himself like royalty, despite losing most of his key advisors. His plans included dealing with Li personally, and Emil was now under Velgryn's command. This left only Delia, David Reagan, and the now skeptical Amari Masahiko. While he had to be wary of Amari, a small display of his superior power might sway Amari to join his side.
He's not naive. Once he realizes he can't win, he'll probably join us. The real challenge will be dealing with this Velgrynd woman. Maybe I can test my skills and use her as a pawn.
Pulsanella was envisioning a somewhat optimistic future, though its likelihood was slim. However, he quickly dispelled this pleasant daydream, clenched his fist, and prepared to deliver the decisive blow to Li. A malevolent aura surrounded his fist as it descended towards Li's head.
Move!
The moment that word reached his ears, an intensely excruciating pain surged through Pulsanella's body, causing him to writhe on the ground. Yet, Li remained impassive.
I can't let you die here, Xianhua. Long's vision would crumble.
As always, Velgrynd prioritized her interests over everything else, an absurd statement to someone on the brink of death. Xianhua felt compelled to voice her objections.
But regeneration! And a bit of healing too. How's that?
Velgrynd's magic, capable of restoring entire body parts, regenerated Xianhua's heart and replenished her energy. It was a drastic measure, but it was Velgrynd's offer. Throughout her journeys, Velgrynd had mastered holy magic. While she had no use for it personally, it had proven beneficial for all the various reincarnations of Rudra she had encountered. Occasionally, it had earned her genuine adoration, although she remained indifferent to it. While she might have been performing divine work with this magic, it held no importance to her.
I'm all healed up. No pain whatsoever. I'm good as new.
Some folks, like Hinata, had a built-in resistance to magic. These individuals existed in this world, and a divine miracle that harmonized with a person's spiritual essence had no trouble working its wonders.
I hesitated about using the divine miracle of resurrection, but it turned out to be the right call.
Yes. Is there an even stronger magic than this?
Her body had returned to its usual state, but the immediate concern lingered. Pulsanella had taken a hit from Xianhua's Hunpo, the fusion of her spiritual and animal souls. It retained the wisdom passed down through generations of Dragon Fist masters but had lost most of its power. Unless this issue was dealt with, Xianhua would remain permanently weakened. Under normal circumstances, this would be a significant problem, but Velgrynd was there.
I'll share some of my power with you. It's Dragon Force, so it should be a decent replacement.
More than a replacement, it propelled Xianhua to a level of strength she hadn't reached before, at least by human standards. In Velgrynd's eyes, it was a minor contribution, so she surrounded Xianhua with her dragon aura without hesitation. This infusion stabilized Xianhua's abilities, fortifying her entire being. It didn't make her a saint on its own, but Xianhua had now fully awakened into an enlightened state.
This must be the divine power given to our founder by Longhuang himself.
Li, still processing the events, oddly found himself pleased. His expression mirrored his human days.
That's the spirit, kid. It's hard to reach greatness without formidable rivals.
Once again, he considered himself Xianhua's greatest rival. Even from the viewpoint of a Yohma general, she seemed much more formidable. While Xianhua was too caught up in joy to notice, achieving enlightenment significantly extended her natural lifespan. Eventually, she would become the Dragon Fist Master, one of the world's protectors, reaching heights not even Long himself could have imagined. But that's a tale for another time. Pulsanella, unceremoniously pushed aside by Velgrynd, struggled to grasp what had just happened. While it might not match Cornu of the three Phantom Leaders, he was sure the power he just acquired was overwhelming. Yet here he was, enduring the most excruciating agony.
What's going on? Why am I feeling pain like a regular human? I couldn't understand it.
Velgrynd's dark crimson, cardinal aura, had the ability to burn anyone it touched. She had been trying to hold back earlier, not intending to cause any fatalities. She hoped this encounter would serve as a lesson to discourage further recklessness. But it seemed he was even more consumed by his self-proclaimed kingship than she had anticipated. He had lost touch with reality and ventured into dangerous territory.
A surprise attack! How clever of you!
Said Pulsanella, unaware of the vast difference in their abilities. Even Velgrynd hadn't expected someone to address her in such a way. Dismissing him from her thoughts, she shifted her focus to her next concern. Billy and David were still locked in a face-off. Velgrynd approached David stealthily and delivered a blow infused with cardinal aura, instantly obliterating the Yohma within. It was an impressive demonstration of power, though nothing out of the ordinary for her. As she did this, Pulsanella stepped forward, realizing the dire situation he was in, and commanded Delia.
Give me your spear! You can't fully harness its potential anyway. It's better off in my hands than with a useless coward like you.
Despite the flawed logic, Pulsanella snatched the spear without hesitation. He could immediately feel its power, which brought a smile to his face. Victory was now within reach. Delia was thrown to the ground, and her former comrades rushed to her side.
Are you alright?
Bright asked, speaking on behalf of the entire group. Delia, upon hearing this, shed a tear.
Don't be foolish. I'm not human. I'm a Yohma who invaded this world.
But you're crying. That's enough proof for us to know you're still human.
Right.
Besides, you still remember everything, don't you?
Just drive that Yohma out of here.
Hey, you're too audacious a woman to let a Yohma beat you.
In that moment, Delia felt something deep within her heart break.
Wait a sec. Katrina, before you go on with that cheerleader act, you owe me an apology. What do you mean? I'm audacious.
Oh, I'm sticking to that.
Katerina replied tearfully, embracing Delia.
You're too audacious to give up easily. I truly believe that.
The rest of the group, the 7 sacred treasures, chimed in, and no further words were needed. Delia's soul lit up with joy as she watched her friends celebrate one by one. Pulsanella, observing this, simply scoffed.
Honestly, humans are completely useless.
David, too, had regained his sanity thanks to Velgrynd's intervention. Delia had been the last person loyal to Pulsanella, but her human consciousness had ultimately prevailed. To make matters worse, it seemed Amari couldn't be relied upon either. His human side seemed to have taken control, and Pulsanella doubted Amari would fight alongside him. However, Pulsanella saw no problem. He remained formidable, and he had just obtained one of the world's most powerful weapons.
This spear, it's truly a divine force to be reckoned with. It may not recognize me as its master, but it's still powerful enough for me to use. I can easily deal with that troublesome Velgrynd using this.
He maintained unwavering optimism, despite everything. However, he was completely unaware of his true position. Yet, alarms were going off in his mind. He delved into the knowledge left behind by the vanished Yohma, searching for anything related to Velgrynd. If he could study it closely enough.
I guess I have to rely on myself from now on. Fine. I'll take care of you personally.
I'm sorry. Are you talking about me?
You're such a foolish woman. Who else would I be
Pulsanella had openly declared his intention to kill, a reckless move. Velgrynd had tolerated him until now because she wasn't interested, but now she saw him as an adversary. Despite everything, Velgrynd had tried not to kill him outright with her last attack, knowing there was a chance he could revert from his Yohma state. The problem with Pulsanella was that he had merely taken control of the Yohma's will, its core remained intact. The strike she had landed on Pulsanella had shattered that core for good.
Well,
she declared with a bright smile.
My part here is done. It looks like that guy over there has overcome the Yohma, so everyone should be free from their possession now.
Before all this unfolded, 6 phantom leaders had gathered in this conference hall. Thanks to Velgrynd's intervention, David and Emil had their Yohma powers removed, reverting to ordinary human status. Amari, Lee, and Delia had managed to shake off their Yohma transformations without external help, keeping their phantom powers intact, something Velgrynd found acceptable.
That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for always watching my videos and supporting my channel. A big thanks to the AnimeKouhai patrons who made this video possible. Jared Bressler, Chad Vota, Nate, Marl Barsha, Hansel Ortega, Karam Faraj, Efrain Hernandez, Luca Gaming WTF, William Locke, Jordan Mersha, Orion Booker, Mr. Santo, KACP9R. Thank you so much for helping out. I'll see you guys in the next video.